Police reform has been a hot-button topic in America, especially in the wake of George Floyd's murder. And tonight, in the second installment of our special series, Justice for All, News 12 Connecticut's Mark Sudol takes a deeper dive into training at local police departments, and he looks at how one program in our area has become a model used in other states.
What do you want?
I can't breathe.
There was just no rhyme or reason for it.
Tell me how you reacted to that when you saw that.
Heartbroken.
I can't move.
Danbury Police Chief Patrick Ridenhour says a year after George Floyd's murder, we still have a lot to learn.
It just, opens up those old wounds, and it sets us back. It sets us back tremendously. There's a feeling that law enforcement started, or policing started, as slave patrols.
Chief Ridenhour was just appointed the first African-American president of the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association.
So we'll see what happens going forward.
His department, like every other one in the state, has to do officer training mandated by Connecticut's police accountability law, which was enacted in October.
We've done the implicit bias training.
He says now, when one of his officers makes a traffic stop, they are better educated about the people that live here.
As long as we continue to listen to our communities and to ensure that officers are held accountable and that we are professional and respectful.
It was just fascinating to us that there was no standardized protocol.
Ridenhour's former department, Stratford, had bias training in place 5 years ago, well ahead of the state.
Another unarmed black male shot in his own yard. And so we looked at each other and we were like, wow, we really got to do something.
Since then, this police engagement program, or PEP, has been nationally recognized. It's now being used in California, a state with one of the highest incidents of police-involved shootings.
When an officer does something bad, it affects us all. We're trying to build mutual empathy from both the law enforcement and our community members.
Hi, officer. What seems to be the problem?
Derby police were recently part of the Stratford program that prepares officers for anything.
De-escalation starts immediately if you know somebody.
We got to talk about the history and how we got here.
And they say breaking down barriers starts by talking to young children in the community.
Like any relationship, you got to put the work in.
And police say when a child earns their trust, they are more inclined to tell them when something is wrong in their neighborhood.
At the end of the day, we're your neighbors, we're your baseball coaches, we're your basketball coaches, we're your soccer coaches, we're your friends.
Mark Sudol, News 12 Connecticut.